Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon. How are you?
I'm good.
All right. Where are the other people now?
They are coming.
All right. Anyway, before they even come, so can be answering everybody's challenges. So what's your own issue?
Ah, well, the last class, I was hoping to get the video so that I can go through. I was off at a point.
So did they not send it?
I don't think I received it.
Yeah, I think I just sent the last one.
I don't think I received it.
Okay, but if you have anyone, so can answer you before the last one.
Okay, it's the scenario manager.
Okay, the scenario manager. Scenario
Yes.
manager. Okay. Scenario manager. You have the workbook, right?
Yes, I can open it.
Hmm. Scenario manager. Okay, let me. That is this one. This is the one now.
Yes.
Okay. So what's the challenge you have here now?
The whole thing, because I wasn't,
Okay, the whole
my
thing. Okay.
network, yes, my network went off. So before I came back, you have gone far. So I didn't really.
Okay. Did you understand when we went did the data table? This one.
No. This was like 2 weeks ago.
But I still revised everything again last week.
No, I didn't.
What of go sick?
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, okay. So you understand the objective of go sick, right?
Yes.
But you know the challenge with go sick is that you can only use one variable at a time.
Yes.
Data table now is for two variables at a time.
Okay.
Is it not? That's why we have on the row, and on the column.
Okay.
Isn't it? That's why we must model our data. We must put our data structure this way so that we can see the model based on the calculations you have here. So that's why you have to equate this equal to this.
Okay, so the calculation has to be there first.
Yeah, that calculation must be there. Yes, you must have done that calculation. That calculation has to be there first. Because without that calculation, so can you see the calculation? For example, if it's income statement now, can you see that?
Yes.
To arrive at this income statement, this is your revenue. You see it is price
Okay.
times quantity, so to give you this.
Okay.
To get your cost of sale, it is the cost of the product, times the number of products that was purchased.
Okay. Yes.
That difference will give you what? Gross profit.
Gross profit. Okay.
By the time you remove all your operating expenses, which include your rent, your salaries, isn't
Okay.
it? I'll give you your selling. By the time you subtract them, it now gives you your net profits.
Okay.
So we're now saying, assuming now that, okay, I want to see the possibilities of the number of products I will produce and the prices. You get what will be the effect of my profits?
Okay.
So which means I have to be changing here one by one. I can change it to
The
100,
product and the
200,
price.
exactly.
Okay.
But now I can see everything at once. Can you see that? I can see up to 2,000 from 100 to about 800. It's the same thing with your cost. If, for example, your prices are affected by forex, right? So what if exchange rate increases to 500, 600, 700, 800, what will be the effect on your profit? So that's when you now do something like this. Can you see that? So this calculation here, this calculation I've done here is equal to this.
Okay.
You see that? You must set up the table like this.
Okay.
So once you have done that, so here we have our prices. Here's our prices. Then
Okay,
here's
that's
our
the raw.
quantity. Yes,
Okay.
here our quantity. So what we are going to be seeing is the corresponding profits based on that
Okay.
calculation.
Okay.
So I can now highlight my data. I can now highlight my data and so once I highlight the data up to this point, this, so that is highlighted now, right?
Okay.
So that's what I want to. I want the data to calculate. So let me come here now. Dates. So can you see your data table here? Your data
Yes.
table. Can you see it here?
Okay.
So you see this input cell is the row now, isn't it? Row input cell. So this row,
Okay.
what is the row? Is it the
Is the
price or is it
price.
the quantity?
Is
This
the
row
price.
is the price. So I would select price here.
Okay.
This column, is it the price or is it the quantity?
The quantity.
Is the quantity. So I will select quantity, that is product sold. I'll put it here.
Okay.
You click OK. Can you see it has done all the calculations for you?
Oh.
Yes.
How did you put this color?
This is this is now what they call it.
Is it
Conditional
conditional?
formatting. Yeah,
Okay.
conditional formatting. If I come
Okay.
here to my conditional formatting, I can clear everything now.
Okay.
This is if I come
Okay.
back here. If I come here now, I can now put. So if it is red, so if this is
Okay.
profit is so the higher the profit, the better, isn't it? So when I'm doing the
Yes.
conditional formatting, the one that have profit should be green, the one that have losses should
Okay.
be red. Do you understand?
Okay.
So if it was a cost now, I will now switch it. The higher the cost, right? We want a lower cost. So the higher the cost, they will put that on in red. The lower
Okay.
the cost, will put it in green.
Okay.
So that's exactly how you format it. So in these are our cases, it was profits case. So that I highlighted in this way, and that's it. So when you are now negotiating, okay, should we increase production to whatever? Then you can now start seeing the implication of changing price and profit at the same time. Are you clear with
Okay.
that?
You said if you want to increase production, or I don't get it. I didn't get that part.
Yeah, look at it now. So just imagine now, like you just say, for example, if this was all
So if
cost, if
okay.
this was maybe like cost for you now, right? You are going to the
Okay.
bank to go and borrow money. Is it not? Look at a
Mm.
situation like this. You are going to the bank to borrow money. Is it not? You know that the higher the interest rate, the lower your profit now.
Yes.
Isn't it? So you will now see at what maximum point beyond which that once they increase beyond that point, you know there's no profit for you.
Mm.
You understand that?
Yes.
So it is based on that you now calculate your data table to now know, okay, this will now be like a negotiation tool. That once they are saying, oh, at 15%, at 20% already, you should know whether this thing will make business sense for you or not. So this our role here will be our cash flows, right?
Okay.
This is our cash flows, okay? Why this column is our interest rate.
Interest rate.
That's the
Okay.
interest rate. So if I click OK, so can you see the calculation now?
Okay.
So let me set it up. Let me put conditional formatting so that you
Excuse
can
me.
see.
How did you put that Naira sign now? Is it the control
Yeah, Control
4?
Shift 4. Yes, Control Shift 4.
My own control sheet 4 usually put dollar. How could I change? Can I change that
Okay,
to?
yours no, because your own system is set up in the US.
Okay. Can I
What you,
change it so that I don't have to be changing to Naira every time?
that one means you have to be going to your control panel.
Mm.
That one you have to go to control panel, and I don't want you to go and tamper it in control panel
Okay.
unless you are familiar with it. But you normally
Okay.
just go to region. Let me see if I can show you control panel. So let me share my control panel with you. Can you see it here?
Okay.
Can you see clock and regions? Can you see your clock and regions?
Okay.
Number and formats. Can you see it here? Change date,
Okay.
time, or number formats. Can you see it here?
Okay.
So by the time I click on that, it will now tell me, can you see format here? English Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
Your own will be English USA.
Oh,
So switch on to English Nigeria.
Nigeria. Okay.
Then apply and okay.
Okay. Let me try that.
So it will turn it automatically. So it's a default setting from the system. It's not an Excel setting.
Clock and region. English United States. Oh. I can't change it. Okay, I can't change it. I think it's been. Let me see. English. Nigeria.
But don't recall that I say if you are not familiar, just leave it. Somebody can change that for you.
Okay.
Let's see. Then you can switch it now to. All right. So can you see that now?
Yes.
So if your initial cost outlay is very large and your percentage is very low, can you see that this one is sure you are going to make loss?
Okay.
So at this already, you already know at what point you should start negotiating. Can you see that?
Okay.
So if I increase it to a certain amount, although it's still profit, but beyond, once it gets beyond like 16% now, you see it's very low now.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Okay.
So with this one, you already know you can only negotiate within this range.
Okay.
Anything beyond this range, you know it's not good for you.
It's not good. Okay.
Exactly.
Oh.
So that's it. So this one looks at two variables. Okay. But that scenario now, you can now look as many variables as possible. I can now simulate as many variables as possible. So for example, I can take, I think the last one we used was, okay, we said that if you are doing a concert at Echo Hotel, right? I think that was the one we used. I would say, okay, let's say the number of seats you have, maybe 150. You know, price per ticket, right? The price per ticket. We have the price per ticket. Then we also ask, okay, what are the other possible costs? So for example, you have taken a loan, right?
Okay,
Or you have taken interest on the loan. The amount you are going to pay the artist, lighting, security, insurance, and the rest. So can you see we have also done the calculation here?
Okay.
Can you see that? That's why the first thing was you must first of all build this model first. Once you have built this model, then you can now apply the scenario to it. So that scenario manager is now looking at like worst case scenario, best case scenario, expected scenario.
Okay.
That's what we are trying to build out. Okay. So we are now saying that if this is like a break-even point, so remember the break-even is that point where revenue is equals to cost.
That is, yes.
Isn't it? So we are saying based on the calculation we have got, we got $49 per ticket to break even. This one we use GoSeek now, remember? We use GoSeek
yes.
to do this. We use GoSeek. So we're now saying if we want to now build a scenario, right? So that means we can change as many variables as we want. Okay. But first of all, this model must be built first. So once you have built this model now, you have done the calculation now, then you are good to go. So come here to your data, what if analysis, scenario manager. Can you see that? So for example, expected case. So okay, let me delete all these ones first. So can you see that now? So scenario manager. So we'll add first scenario. What is the scenario name? Yes, and before you add scenario name, remember first of all, you need to first of all range name this. Range name it. Otherwise, if you don't range name it, when you see your result or your report, it will show you the cell number. instead of showing you revenue, it will be showing you B5 or B8.
Okay.
Yeah, so show your, what do you call it now? To show the name of the cell, so you have to watch which name. You now have to watch which name. If you want to rename, the shortcut is that when you highlight it, once you have highlighted your data, just press Ctrl Shift 3. Sorry, Ctrl Shift F3, F3, Ctrl Shift F3. Ctrl Shift F3. Ctrl Shift F3. Ctrl Shift F3.
Control
Shift F3. Once you have had that, you are good to go. Chooks, do you have any challenge from last before we continue for today?
No, we can continue. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon. Okay. So all these ones, you are clear with them now, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you done?
I'm trying to, I just opened my own exam. I've been following what you're saying. Control.
Thank you.
Are we set? So once you press your Ctrl Shift F3, you see left column. Just click OK. That's all, and to label it automatically for you. All right. Okay, so let's continue. Then come here to your what if analysis, scenario manager, add. So what's the scenario name? Let's say expected, right? Expected. Now, can you see change cell? Which cell do you want to change? I want to change number of seats, price. Can you see that? What again? Let's say merchandising. Okay. Let's say what again? Venue rental. Which other one again? Maybe artists. Maybe security. So that's all. Okay, once you're done, just click OK. By the way, say this is a formula. So make sure that in each of the check, there's no particular formula there. And everything is calculated correctly. So let's change number of seats, comma, maybe let's say loan. Can you see that? So number of seats, price. Can you see that? Price, artists. So let's say these are the only 3 variables we can change, right? Because remember, goal seek is only 1 variable at a time. Data table, 2 variables at a time. But scenario manager, you can do up to 10 variables at the same time. So let's say number of seats, expected case, let's say 100, let's say tickets, let's say $40, let's say artists will take about 12,000. So what will be the profits? Okay. Add another scenario again. So let's say best case scenario, best case. And you see the same 3 variables have been added. Okay. So let's say okay. So number of seats. So if you check if you did not label these sites, if you did not do your, what do you call it, range name, you'll be seeing B2 or B3 or B4. You'll be seeing it there. Okay. So let's say best case. Best case, let's say we sell the 150 seats. We sell at, let's say, $80 per ticket. Let's say the artist decides to take maybe $5,000 instead. That's best case. Add again, worst case scenario. Worst case. Okay. Worst case that we're only able to sell about 80 seats. The ticket you are selling for $40. Artist decides to take 12,000. Okay. So once you are done with that, click. Can you see summary here? Just click summary. Where is the result? Can you see the result? This is the profits. Where that calculation you have done is there. Then click OK. Can you see the result now? This was break even. This is expected case, best case, worst case scenario. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So this is this scenario manager for you. So are you clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that Bolu? Bolu, are you clear now?
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Okay, I said, can you share the file with me, please? I don't think I have this file.
You don't have this file.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's another one that I've been working with. It's not this.
This basic Excel 2. Okay, so let me share with you.
All right.
Let me share with you. Okay, that means I have to close. I have to close it first. Then basic Excel 2. So let me share it on the chat.
Okay, sir.
I'll share it on the chat. Basic Excel 2. So let's go back to our what do you call it? So let me go back to basic Excel 1. Let me go back to Excel 1. So this is the one we have been doing in class. So I've sent this other one for scenario. Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes. So these other ones now, I'm sure by now we know how to build charts. We know how to do a dashboard, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Range name. So this range name is one I explained just now. Control Shift what? F3. So if you look at it here, if I come to my formula bar, so let's start again. So this is what we have done in class. This is what we normally do in class now, isn't it? Working with Excel sheets,
Yeah.
removing rows, freeze column, conditional formatting. I'm sure we are clear with all this now.
Yes.
Sorting and filtering, copying and pasting filter data, removing duplicates, Excel screen. Now for Excel screen, for example, if I have two Excel screens, let me say, for example, do I have a second screen? Okay, I have a second screen open. So if I have two screens open, so you want to compare, sometimes you have two screens now, two Excel sheets. You want to check side by side, right?
Yeah.
So what you can do, click on view. Can you see view?
Yeah.
Okay.
So once you click on view, you have this pane here like this, right? So can you see view side by side?
Okay.
Yes.
Can you see view side by side?
Mm.
So once I click on it, can you see to switch? I don't know what you can see. Can you see two Excel screens showing or one?
Just one.
It's okay. One.
That's
What
Okay,
one.
so let me reshare my screen again for you. So I will reshare the entire screen. So can you see two screens open now?
Yeah.
Look at now. If I reduce this, can you see there are two screens?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you see there two screens? So I can now resize it the way I want. You can resize it the way you want, but at least now two of them can come side by side.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see
Okay.
that? Then I can now compare whatever I want to compare. Can you see that? I can now compare whatever I want to compare. If you notice, can you see that if I move one screen, the last screen will be moving.
Okay.
So that one is called, so look at it here. So here, if I click on my view, can you see synchronous scrolling? Can you see synchronous scrolling?
Scrolling. Okay.
Synchronous means
Yeah.
as I'm moving one screen, the other screen should be moving. So if I don't want it, I will check it. So it will be only one screen now. So let me go back. So if I reduce it, can you see if I move it now, there's only one that is moving.
Yeah.
Can you see that now? Sometimes if you want to arrange it, maybe I want to arrange it horizontal. This is vertical. If I want to arrange it horizontal, so I can do it this way. Can you see it now?
Mm-hmm.
Can now be arranged horizontal. So especially when you're working with a big file, right? And you need to now compare, okay, what's happening in this file and this file. So that's how you can easily look at your screen side by side.
How did you get to the horizontal now?
Look at it. Can you see arrange all?
Arrange all. Okay.
So if I want to do vertical, I'll switch to vertical.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Then click OK to switch.
Okay.
If I want it horizontal, I'll come here again, arrange all, horizontal.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So let me close this one. All right. So I'm back to my screen now, right? So that was view Excel screen. So convert to tables. We are clear with convert to tables now, isn't it? We can convert to tables easily. What is shortcut to convert to tables?
Control T.
Control T.
Control T. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we talked about pivot tables.
Yeah.
We talked about pivot tables. All right. So if we talked about pivot tables, let me use under. Okay, let me use Superstore. Superstore data. Okay, is my Excel screen up now?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, good. So is this an Excel table?
Yes.
This is an Excel table. How did you know it's an Excel table?
Because of the table design.
Superstore 1, is it an Excel table?
Superstore 1. Okay.
No,
No, it's not.
Why?
there is no table design there.
Beautiful. So that's how you know whether there's what table whether it's an Excel table or not. Can you see they look exactly the same thing?
Yes.
But one is a table, Excel table, one is not an Excel table.
Yeah.
All right, good. So most times we work with what Excel or tables, all right? So let me show you some other things. So remember again, always label your tables, right? Always label your what tables. So once you have labeled your tables, So I go to what summarize what data. So remember superstore, isn't it?
Yes.
So okay, good. So this is what we already know. This is what we already know. Sometimes we may see situations that we will not see. We'll be looking for the fields. We will not see them here. So they are here, field list. Can you see field list? So when I click field list, it will come back.
Yeah.
Sometimes they disappear. Do you see? Sometimes they disappear. You start looking for where it is. So it is under field list. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So what we're doing normally, we would have taken, let's say, like region. Then maybe I'll take, let's say, sales. Can you see that? This is what we normally do now, isn't it?
Yes.
I will now label it.
Yeah.
Let's call this. Let me call
Region.
this what region. Let me call this one now.
Total.
Total, right? So this will call it. Now the reason why if I call this sales, it will tell me it already exists. Can you see? There's already a name called sales here.
Okay.
So that's why it will be giving me that error. So rather, I'll just call it total sales. Can you see that? Then once I highlight it, I want to quickly format it. Ctrl+Shift+4. We highlight that already. So I have done that. Now let me show you some other things. So if I want to do another one, right? So what somebody else can do, sometimes you can copy. So if I copy and paste, can you see I can copy and paste? This is another one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I can now take this guy off. Maybe I can now put what's now? Let me put segments. Or let's put category there. Can you see? This is another one. I can copy again, paste it again. Remove this region again. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Now pick another one again. Let's say I want to pick which other one can I pick?
On state or
States.
was it there?
Where's our states? Okay, this state. So I can take states and put here. Can you see that? I can paste again. Can you see how I can do that? I can paste it again. Take this guy off, right? Now let me show you something else. Okay, let me pick one more. So we have, okay, let me take dates. So take dates and paste here. Okay, so if I want for quarter, right? So understand this. You know this is total.
Yes.
Which means this is for the whole of 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. This is 2017, that was stuff. So which means if I want to get the years, it will make sense to get the total. Is that not true? So you add up all the 2014 to 20, from January to December 2014, January to December 2015, January to December 2016, January to December 2017. So it makes sense to add up. Now let's look at it again. So let me copy this. So I paste. Let me take this out now. So let me take other dates. I want to pick, so if you need to adjust it, you can move your this way, okay? Or you can scroll. Now look at this. If I come here, I remove years, I remove what? Date. I'm not left with quarter. I'm not left with quarter. But take note, this quarter, what is it doing to it? It is adding it up.
Quarter of all the years.
Oh, exactly. It's adding all quarter one for 2014, 2015, 2016, does that make sense?
No.
So instead of doing the quarter, what do you rather do?
Yeah.
So instead of you adding up the quarters, now what do you do?
Can do.
What will make more sense to you?
You can do year by year or
Year by year.
Now I've summarized it by quarter. Is it not? But now what it's doing is calculating all the quarters for this, taking the sum. Quarter 1, 2014, quarter 2, 2015, quarter 1, 2016, and quarter 1, 2017. Does that make sense?
no, it's better to split it. each
or
each year and
or
their quotas.
or what?
Or monthly.
Okay, if you want to do monthly, the same thing. Look at monthly. I would remove this, take the dates, other dates. This is not. So what do? I will remove years, remove quarter. I'm left with what? Months.
Months.
But it's still doing the same thing.
Mm.
If you add all the January 2014 to 2017, add
Don't
all
you
the
add-
February. So does that make sense?
It doesn't. Why don't you add a filter? Then you
Why
pick the
not
year you want.
You pick the year for each.
add
So
another category of it?
So the point here is that rather than you taking the sum, you better take the what? Average.
Average.
Can you see that? So the same thing here, I'll come here, where I have total sales, I'll click the drop down, value field settings, and switch it to what? Average. And click
Average.
OK.
Oh.
Can you see that now?
Okay, so this is the average for all the 4 years.
Yes, so this will be average.
Average of January.
Yes, so this is how much you sell on average in January, in February, in March, in April, in May, in June till December. This is your average sales per month. This is your average sales per quarter. But this is the total you make for 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. Hello?
If we need it separately instead of averaging it, how
So
do
when
we
you say take separately, how do we take separately now? So you want to see only 2014 or only 2015, right?
Yes.
And so that's where your slicers now come in. That is where you now bring in slicer.
Instead of slicer, you can actually add a filter to it.
Yes, you can also do your filter, but you know, in the filter, it means you can see sometimes your filter, you don't have the complete thing here. So your filter, so that your slicer is also a filter. That slicer you are working is also a filter. Okay. Alternatively, if I click this, it's going to give me all the data for where 2014. Can you see that? This is the data for what 2014. This is all the data you have for what 2014. So it is that summation. Yes, it will give you another sheet. Yes, another sheet. Remember, these are my analysis sheets. Analysis sheets. Right? This is my analysis sheet. All right. Do you understand this? When to use the average and when to use total?
Yes.
Yes,
Because that's very important. Because sometimes you see where people start putting some data and say, it's Excel that is calculating for me, but you must understand what Excel is doing. Yeah.
So that means at default, it will take the sum. You need to change it yourself.
If you watch.
At default, it
Yes.
takes the sum.
Yes, by default, you take the total. Yes. At default, you put total for you, so you can actually switch it. So you can come here to value field setting and you can switch it from this thing. So for example, you want to count by transactions. So this is the count. So that means this case, I will now remove these numbers. Can you see that? So this is maybe in Alabama, maybe 61 transactions we have had. Arizona, you see that? But remember, it's for the whole period from 2014 to 2017. That's what is adding up for you. So it's counting all the transactions you have done to date. Okay, so you can switch that at that point. All right, now next thing I want to show you that sometimes when we are building reports, right? For example, let me click another sheet. So if I click here, insert, pivot tables, what's the name of the table? Superstore, right?
Superstore.
Superstore. Okay. So let me create one report. So let's say, for example, I want to see my sales by what? Okay, no, sorry, let me first show you this. Let me show you something else. Now look at this. Let me copy this guy and paste here. Okay, sorry. Let me copy this guy. Let me paste it here. All right. Now remember what we have been doing. We are looking at qualitative by quantitative, isn't it? Qualitative by what? Quantitative. Now look at this. Can you see your quantitative? Let's look at quantity. Can you see your quantity? Quantity
Yes.
normally would have added quantity here to give us a sum,
Okay.
isn't it?
Yes.
Now I can also take the same quantity and put it on the rows. Can you see that?
Okay.
Okay.
It will now, so what am I doing now? I'm now turning that quantity into a categorical variable. So in terms of how many this did I sell? Just one item, 2 items, up to what? 14 items. Okay, so we can also do it this way. Now, just imagine now you are trying to do your own sales analysis. So these are customers that bought one, just only one item. These are customers that bought 2 items. These are customers that bought up to 14 items. Can you see that now?
If I want to put the customer name by the side, how will I do that? Like another column with
So
the
look at
customer
it now.
name.
So for example, if I click on this now, it will show me every data about the customer that bought just one. Can you see that?
Sorry, I didn't see that.
Just double click. Look at now. For example, I want to see how many customers bought 14 items.
Mm-hmm.
Just double click. Can you see that?
Okay.
These are all customers that bought 14 items. So I can now see their
Okay.
names now. You see that? So these are the customers that bought just 14 items. Okay. So we are showing you here that there are some customers that bought just 1 item, 2 items, 3 items, up to what? 14 items. Which means I can further analyze it in such a way that if maybe a customer bought less than 5, let's say customer bought less than 5, less than 5, let's call that, let's say retail. That is retail, isn't it? Let's say he bought between what, 6 and 10. What should we call that? Between
Wholesale.
6 and 10. We call that what? Wholesale.
Also,
Okay. What about above 10? What should we call that?
Distributor.
Distributor. All right, distributor. Yeah. Can you see that? Now, because sometimes you may be asking, is it more profitable to sell to retailers than to distributors? Do you understand?
Okay.
So if that's the question you are asking, so let's do the same thing. So let me just take let me just replicate it here again. So this is what we have here now, right? Now, but in this case, what I want to do, I will summarize it. So I will just right click here. Can you see group?
yeah.
Okay.
Can you see group?
Okay.
I'll click group. So starting from what? 1, ending at where?
5.
14. Increase by, let's say, 5. So it should be 1 to 5, is it not? 6 to 10, and whatever I have there. Can you see that?
Okay.
Now this 1 to 5. Now I want to call 1 to 5. What should I call 1 to 5? I'll call it what? Retail. Is it not?
Okay.
6 to 10. I'll call it what?
Wholesale.
Wholesale. Then above 10, we'll call it what? Distributor. Can you see that now? Which means if I want to further analyze it again, I can drop this. Let me take this and let me take profits. Let me take the profits. Can you see that now? So I'm analyzing by what? This is quantity, right? This is quantity by profits. But now I'm analyzing by whether it is what retail. So like this data now, you don't have it like this now, right? From the data. Because if you look at the data, you don't have where you got retail, wholesale, or distributor. Can you see that now? Do you understand what we have done here?
Yes.
Good. So the point is that sometimes you may have the data, right? But these are now unique ways of now creating your own kind of what insights. You see that? So it's now giving you something that wasn't there. So for example, if you were asking, okay, is it more profitable to sell to retailers or distributors? You'd have been asking, but I don't have retailers or distributors in the data.
Okay.
Can you see that? But your domain knowledge can enable you create what? A variable out of it. You know, sometimes it's just like, you know, normally God will not give us table, God will not give us chair. What will God give us? God will give us tree. Is it not? But man will use his own imagination, is it not, to create table, chair, furniture from that tree. So that is the same way as a data analyst. You have the same data, but we can get different insights from that same data. Can you see that? So when you want to now, okay, make a case for whether you should sell to more of retailers or more of distributors, then you can now use the data to now present it. So you can actually what? That's why they tell you that as data analyst, if you torture the data well enough, it will confess to anything. Okay, just for you to know how to what? Arrange it. Yes. Are we clear?
Yeah.
All right, good. Now, so this is how you can also analyze what quantitative data as qualitative data too. Okay. Okay, one more thing. Sometimes again, when you want to create a report, let's say I want to create let me do a short report for you. Let's say I want to create a report on, let's say, okay, let me put this here. Okay, good. Let's say I want to do a sales report. I want to do a sales report by region. By region and by category. Okay, and by what again? What other thing can we see by? Okay, let's say by segments. Can you see segments? So this segment now, this is the category, is it not, for all regions? So for example, if I want to see for West, this will be for West region. So this is the report for West. This is going to be the report for what? East. Can you see that? This is going to be the report for what? South. And this is going to be the report for what? Central. Can you see that? Now imagine now you have about, let's say you have about, so that means if I want to do reports, how many reports will I have here? This instance, based on the region, how many reports will I have?
4.
How many regions will I have? How many reports will I have?
4.
4, isn't it? So it means I can do all my designs here. I can maybe do all my designs I want. Right? So let me call this total. Okay, call this total. This one, I can take this guy out. Sorry, if you don't want to go, what else can we do? Can we hide it? Okay. Now, can you see now in this case now, you see when you are deleting the pivot table, it will not allow you delete it. Okay. Can you see scenario where you can say, okay, if you don't want to hide, you can hide it here, because it is just a report, but there's no calculation that is going there. Do you understand that? So in that case, we can say, okay, let's do that. So now, if I want to build, so if this is the report I have done now, so which means I want to get the report for what? So let me call this my, so I want a report for all the regions. So how many regions do I have? West,
Four.
East, South, and Central.
Mm-hmm.
So watch this now. So what I'll do, I'll come here to my, so if I click on this, can you see your pivot table analyze?
Okay.
Can you see your pivot table options?
Okay.
Look at it. Can you see this small drop down here? Can you
Yes.
see this small drop down here? Look at, can you see show reports filter pages?
Okay.
Click on it. Which one is showing here? Region, is it not?
Okay. Yes.
Click OK. I'm done already. This is West, East, South, Central.
Oh, to different.
Yeah, I've done the reports. Yes. If you don't appreciate this, now let me show you another way of doing it now. Now imagine, look at customers. How many customers do you think we have? So let me remove region. How many customers do you think you have? About 700 customers, right?
Okay.
About 700 customers, which means I want to build a report. So let me do another one. Let me go to another sheet again. I want to build a report. Okay, I want to build a report. So let me open the Superstore. I can close this now. So let me open that Superstore. Let me open the Superstore now. So I want to do the same thing now, but this for my customers. For my customers. So what do I do? Insert pivot tables. Okay. Superstore. All right. Now the same report. What did I do? I will take what? Let's say category. Right. Or let me see. Or let me say subcategory. Let me take by the region. Okay. Let me take the quantity that they purchased. Can you see that? Quantity that they purchased. Okay. So I want to analyze it by the customers. Can you see that? So that means all this is by what? Customers.
Customers.
Just the customer. So I can customize my report how I want it to look like. So for example, I don't want this to show, so I can say hide that. Okay, I can come here, design, so I can switch any design I want. Pick any design that I want. So this is the design I want. Okay. So let's say this is what category. This is total.
Subcategory.
Yeah, okay, subcategory. Subcategory. Design. Yeah. Okay, good. So which means if this is the report I have, now, and I want this report, so let me customize. So this is the report I have now, isn't it? So this is how I want the report. So I want the report to come out for all my customers. How many customers do I have? About 700, right? So which means I'm going to have how many reports?
700.
700 reports. Tell me which day you are going to finish that 700 reports.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
So as since I've done one report, this is what the report should look like. So I want this report to go for how many people? How many now?
All the customers.
700, all the customers. Beautiful. So the same way, I'll come here, pivot table analyze. Can you see that options?
Okay.
I'll go to show. Can you see show report filter pages?
Okay.
Customer name.
Okay.
I may have other filters there, but I'll choose the one I want. So click OK. And it's creating what? 700 reports. If your system is not fast enough, don't try this. Your system is hanging at your own risk. So
I wanted to ask you something, Mr. Francis.
yes.
I want to know, is there a way if I have like if more than 1,000 rows of data, and there are breaks in those data, maybe I downloaded, okay, let me just I downloaded the whole maybe chart of accounts. You know that
Yes.
there'll be different ledgers, but I want
Yeah.
each ledger to have a sheet. How do I copy it out to have a sheet
You want each
without?
ledger to.
Yes, to have its own sheet in that workbook.
That's what I'm showing you here now. So
I
if
have
you
to
take
change
the
it to a
ledger, so if you
table. I
take the
have
ledger
to
now,
remove.
you need
Yeah.
to
Have to
structure
convert
it.
to table.
So you
Oh,
need
I
to
need to structure
structure
it to be a table.
a
Okay.
table first, beautiful. Then you now
Okay.
take each of the header names, put it on that filter. Can you see I'm done with all the reports now?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
this is
understand.
up to 700 now. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So if I do it on that table like that, if I filter it, and that means I will have each of them will have their own sheet like this.
Mm.
Can you see
Okay.
that now?
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. So that's the magic in your pivot table.
And apart from pivot table, there's no other way we can do it. Mhm.
You said?
Apart from pivot table, is there any other way we can do it?
Isn't that should be manual labor now?
No.
But let me see. Unless if I see how it's structured, then I can think about.
Okay.
You know, in Excel, as long as you can think about it, you can do it. Just think about how you do it on paper first. Once you have seen it on paper, then you now start thinking, okay, what tool in Excel can make my life easy? Do you understand?
Yeah.
What tool in Excel can make my life easy? Like this thing now can be a lifesaver for somebody.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you are asking, okay, give me the report of each customer now, and you are done with the report like this. In 5 minutes, you're done. What would have taken somebody months to go and start picking? Someone would have taken the whole month to do this thing. You get? That's why we say Excel is a tool that helps you work smart.
But I think the data arrangement too matters because
Yeah,
if
that's
the
why you
data
must
is
structure.
not
That's why when I started, I showed you how to
struggle with
structure your
it.
data. Once your data is structured that way, life becomes easy for you. Okay, but if you don't structure it now, who was talking about ledgers?
Elizabeth.
Yes, so the challenge you may have is that sometimes some ERPs, the way they present the reports can be a challenge on its own. Okay, so that's why you need to look for how to restructure it in form of a table.
I'm thinking of how the debit and credit will come out, and then
how the debit you know, this is not core accounting, but you know, there are some miracles that some people try to perform. Now when you now do it, so for example, if I have maybe like 12 here, maybe this was debit, this is credit. So you know, sometimes if you want to reverse this account, I would have put 12 here. This will reverse the same account.
Yeah.
Let's say this is A, this is A, this means I'm reversing this account. Now, you know what some people will do? Instead of doing it this way, they will now program it and now put -12 here.
That would have been easier, but
Do you see that?
yeah.
Now, mathematically, you do the calculation. But if an auditor comes now and looks at you, explain what this one is. Do you get? So because accounting has its own unique way of presenting, that is why you must just think of a way of structuring. Some people, I've seen some people do this like this. There's one audit I went for. I've seen people do this. Okay. It may not make sense mathematically. This is what they have been using all through, but you give them what they want. But if you are not used to the system, it will not take you some time to not try to understand what these people are trying to calculate. Okay, and how they are posting and how they are reversing. So sometimes the ERP, when they export it, may not do the right way. So they will come to Excel and now modify it to fit the way they want it. So it's for you to just think about how the structure, how you can make the structure better, and now switch it. That's why I keep saying that for accountants, they have been working with data all their life, isn't it? But now we are now looking for how to use tools to help you what make that work faster. Because right now, there are some tools like there's a firm in the US, they are called bot keepers. Have you heard of them? Bot keepers. Okay. Now you see everything you are doing from source documents to preparation of financial statement, not a human being is doing it. Not a human being, everything is automated. So now they have now used bots to this thing you want to try and do now. There's a bot, everything they are automating whole process. Not a single human being. Okay, so that's why accounting is also what evolving in that light with technology. All right, I think we can stop here and then go back to our other people. All right, so
Yeah,
continue from
everybody's here.
Yeah, please, can you share with us your updated sheet for Excel 1?
For Excel 1.
Yeah, I mean this one. You this one that we just finished. Yeah.
Okay, this one I just finished now.
Yeah.
All right. So
Thank you.
yes. Excel 1. What did I call it? Basic Excel is basic Excel. Okay, I've seen it. Let me show. All right, so most people are here, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good, 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 good. We can share it now, so you will get that. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes,
Good afternoon, sir.
Francis.
Afternoon.
Good
Yes.
afternoon, Dr. Francis.
Afternoon. All right. So today we are going to a new tool, right? So by now I should expect that most of us have downloaded and installed our Anaconda. Have we done that?
Yes. Yes, we have.
Yes, we have. Great.
Yes.
Great, great, great. Let me quickly share. Let me share my screen. How is the data science? Okay, let me use the other one. Data science. All right, I think so. I'm going to share my screen, but does it open? But the enemies don't want this thing to show. There's an updated version. Okay, so I think this
Is it updating? Because mine was doing the same thing. I had to.
Yeah, I think it's updating. Updating. All right, good. So it's come up now. All right, so can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, good. So Python for non-programmers. So the thing that we are going to be looking at is that, so remember that as analysts, right? As data analysts, we've looked at how you extract data, isn't it? We have looked at some aspect of how you analyze the data, and also we have looked at how to also visualize the data. Okay, so when you want to extract data, how do you extract data?
Queries from SQL, using SQL.
You use what?
SQL.
You use what? SQL. Thank you. Use what? SQL. Okay, so that's the tool we have learned. Now, once you have extracted the data, now you
Use queries, yeah.
You use what? Yes, queries with SQL. Now, yes, use SQL to query the data. Yes. Now you have extracted the data. Now you want to analyze data. So, what tool do you use to analyze data? What tool do you use to analyze the data?
Excel.
You use Excel, is it not? We can use Excel to analyze it. Is it not? We use Excel. What tool in Excel do we use?
Pivot table.
If it's small data, you can use Excel. Yeah.
Yes, pivot tables and the rest. Exactly. Good. Now, but you see,
charts.
yes, no, we'll come to charts
Yeah.
now. Now you see, but you see, where the size of the file is so large, or the data is so large and it keeps growing, you now see that even when you want to extract it and it cannot contain in Excel, then you now need to use another tool. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So that's why with the limitation, normally Excel would have done everything for you. You can use Excel to store data, analyze the data, visualize the data. But there are some situations where you see that Excel, especially where the data is large, especially big data, because anything that can contain in Excel is small data. Okay, so once the data is very large, and you also need to automate that process. You see, automation has come again. I need to automate that process. Except, yes, you can automate using VBA, but in the industry, you now see them moving to other tools now, like what? R and what? Python. Okay. So these are also tools you can use to also carry out your analysis. Now, the next thing you want to do, after you have analyzed data, you want to visualize the data. Okay. So what tools do you use to visualize data?
Power BI.
I can use Power BI. Yes.
I use Excel.
I can still use Excel. Good. Yes. What again?
Tableau.
Tableau. I can use Tableau. Yes. What again? What again? Yes, you can also use R and you can use Python to also do your word visualization. So the way you build dashboard in Excel, you can also build dashboard in R and Python. Can you see that? But what the advantage is that all this now becomes what? Automated. Especially with Python. You can automate the whole process, especially with Python. Okay, so that's why you see that now almost everybody now as data analysts. Yes, they will tell you that you need to learn Python, but not so much, at least to some extent, you need to learn Python. Okay, but when you say you are a data scientist, hey, now you now need to go in depth in Python. Okay, but this is just what you think about it as an analyst. I need to extract my data, analyze it, and visualize data. Okay. I think I can rub this off. I think I can rub this.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. So what we are going to be doing today is what we are picking one of the two, which is what? Python. And you have seen that you have so many tools that you are going to learn. Is it not? So many tools to learn. We have seen Excel, we have seen SQL. Now we are going to do what? Python. Now, but what is more important is that you understand what tool to use. Because they will tell you that a fool with a tool is still a fool. Is that not correct? That means because you have you know how to use hammer, that means everything you see now becomes a name. You go to the kitchen, I want to break egg, I take hammer to break egg. Isn't it? I want to, what again you want to break again? I want to use a screwdriver, I take hammer and use a screwdriver and break. So that's the same way some people say, I've learned Python. You now use Python for everything humanly possible. Okay, so that's why as analysts, you need to what? Look at various tools, is it not, and know when it's appropriate. Okay, you must know when it's what? Appropriate. Okay, so with Python now, where we are going into is that with Python, you can use Python for different things. You can use Python to be a web developer, to build websites. You can use it to build game. You can use it to build software, or you can use it for data science. Okay, our own focus is on what? Data science, data analysis, and data science parts. That is why somebody who learns how to use Python to build a software is not a data scientist. It doesn't mean that he can do the same thing you are doing. That you have learned how to use Python for data science doesn't make you an expert in Python, because you only focus on one part. Okay, so that's why in Python, that's why when sometimes you want to blend it, it may look, no, we are not looking at game parts. We're not looking at game parts. We're looking at more of the analysis parts. Okay, so that's why when you want to study a program, you have to understand which part am I taking. Because otherwise, if you want to learn everything, it can become overwhelming. Okay, you can become overwhelming. So we are learning Python. So just like we are learning SQL as data analysts, not as database administrators. That is the same way we are going to learn Python as what? Data analysts. Okay, but before we go into that, we need to go through what? The basics of Python. Okay, and some of the things we are going to look at the data types, operations, variables, how to use print, append to a list, for loops. Okay, so you have a lot of these things that we are going to be looking at in the basics. Okay, and how to bring in libraries. But these are some of the libraries we are going to be looking at: your NumPy, your pandas, your inside the pandas you use for your data frame, how to write to a file. Okay, so these are some of the basic things we are going to be looking at. Okay. As I've said, Python can be used for almost every aspect you can think about. Okay, but we are focused on what? Data analysis and what? The data science part. Okay, now some things you must take note of: that you know how to use a computer and you know how to install. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That you have already installed Python already, so I'm not waiting for anybody to install anything. Have we agreed on that?
Yes, sir.
Now, some things that we take note of. Please, I am not a programmer, right? I am not a programmer. So, which means that I don't have to cram, because the problem I was always having is that why I hate all this programming. Do I have to cram all these codes? Because you see one full sheet of code. Do I have to cram it? The answer is no. Another thing that is discouraging again, you know when you watch movies now, you see hackers, they are typing on their keyboards. You wonder, he's typing and he's getting result. In real life, it doesn't work like that. Too. Please let that one not discourage you. Okay, in real life, what they actually do is actually type the one they can type, go to Google, look for the results, get that one, put it and run it. If it works, thank God. If it doesn't work, you go back. So remove your mind from cramming the codes. Okay, what is most important that you know how it works. Okay, one key thing you must understand. You know, in SQL, when we started with SQL, you notice if you type SQL anyhow, it will still run. Is it not? If you type SQL anyhow, you type it, whether you write capital letter, small letter, you run it, it will still run. This one, Python, it is extremely case sensitive. Can you see Francis? Francis, are you see that? Francis and Francis. If I do this in SQL, it will work. In Python, these Francis, they are not the same. So that is why sometimes it can be frustrating. So first of all, understand that what? It is extremely what? Case sensitive. That is why I will be typing. You will be typing. I am getting results. You are getting error. You'll be wondering, but I'm typing exactly what is typing. Take note. Python is extremely what? Case sensitive. To make life easy for yourself, type everything in small lowercase, small letters. Is that clear? This is not a report where I type it to empty. No. So you don't have to go and be using the I'll put paragraph. You don't have to do that. So preferably type everything with smaller case. Yeah, lowercase or small letters. Are we clear with that?
Yeah.
Next thing to take note of, you need an environment where you are going to run the Python. Because normally you'd have run the Python in the native environment. That's the terminal, okay? But now you are going to have an environment. That environment is what you have downloaded. That's the Anaconda. Okay? In that Anaconda, the difference now is that when I am typing, it's just like I'm typing. Do you know Notepad? Do you know your Notepad?
Yes.
Yes.
You know that your Notepad, you can also use to type your Python codes. That your Notepad, you can also use to type your Python codes. And just save it as a .py.
Okay.
Then carry it somewhere and go and run it. Okay? So the point is that, but if you do that, if there's any error, it will not show you the error. You just say there's error, but you don't know where the error is. But with this environment you have downloaded, you can easily trace where the error is. Okay? So that process of you tracing the error is called what? Debugging. I'm sure you have heard there's a bug. That bug simply means what? There's an error. So when you say I am debugging, what does that mean? What does that mean? I am looking for where the error is. That's all. And please take note. The more errors you have, you should be happy. Why should you be happy? Because the more errors you have, the more you are learning. The moment you are typing, maybe I am doing it and you are typing exactly what you are getting error, you are not learning yet. But as it's throwing up errors, you should be happy. It means that once I have made mistake, why is this error coming up? Why is this error coming up? Then you will now learn what not to do. For example, I gave this example now of Francis and Francis. You still see, many people will still write it the same way. Okay? So when we are typing, just type everything lowercase. Nobody's marking it. It's not a report. All right? Good. Are we clear with this?
Yes.
Are we clear with this? All right.
Yeah.
Good. Yes. We can make progress. Okay. So these are the different things that you have here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm sure. So this is what I told you to download, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when you download Anaconda have other ones. So you have like Jupyter, you have your Atom, you have your Spider right inside your Anaconda. But actually, it is what this is the Python what you are working with. This is the native one you do. But all these other ones enable you to run the Python. Okay. So what we are going to be using is what? Jupyter Notebook. It's called what? Jupyter what? Notebook. You know, even on cloud, you also have what they call Google Colab on cloud. Okay, you have what? Google what? Colab. Okay, but this is what we are going to be using, the Jupyter what? Notebook. So when you open your Anaconda, you are going to see what they call Jupyter what? Notebook. Okay. Now, just like in Excel, before we type anything, you must be clear on what the data types. You know, in Excel, what are the data types in Excel?
Integers, strings, booleans.
Integers, text,
and formula.
And formula.
Functions and formula, text. Yeah.
Now, in programming, it's a little bit different. Now, in programming now, they will talk about data types and data structures. Okay? They'll talk about what? Data types Data types are the ones you already know. Okay, they are the ones you already know. So that data type, for example, you have numbers. Is it not? You have what? Numbers. You have what? Strings. Is it not? Now, even inside this your numbers, you can have what they call floats. You can have what they call what? Integers. I think we can differentiate between float and integer.
Yes.
We can differentiate that, isn't it? But now we can also have other ones like complex numbers. We can also have what they call complex numbers. Complex what? Numbers. Those of us that ran away from further maths. And we keep running away from it. Some of us, we never touch complex numbers. Don't bother yourself. So they are also inside numbers. So the same way we're having strings, is it not? Like in SQL, we'll talk about what? Variable character, varchar 2, is it not? Character, is it not? So the same way we can also have that, strings. All the other ones we are going to now be having, they are now called what they are called data structures. They are called what? Data what? Structures. So, but let us start with the one we already do. Okay, we'll start with what we already do, the data types. So numbers and strings, that one we'll start with first. Okay. So let's open our Jupyter notebook now. Let's open our Jupyter notebook. So when I say open Jupyter notebook, I mean run that your, what they call it now? That's your Anaconda. Open that Anaconda. Open your Anaconda. Okay. Once you open the Anaconda, you will see something called, so let me open Anaconda. So let me share. So once it comes up, I will show it. Like the enemies don't want more to come up. Have you all come up?
Yes, it has.
Yours is up now. Look for where you see Jupyter notebook.
Okay.
Look for Jupyter notebook.
Yeah.
Have you seen Jupyter notebook now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So click on Jupyter notebook. Are we there?
Are you sure I have the
Yeah.
same thing that everybody has? I have Anaconda prompts. Is that it? Can someone share so that I will know
hold on. You share
if
your
I'm having the
share your own
same
screen. Let
thing?
us share your own screen. Let us see. Share your own screen. Share your own screen. Let us see.
Okay, so you cannot share while the other participant is sharing. Maybe you don't share.
So share your own screen. Share your own screen.
Dr. Francis, you are sharing. No, you are sharing.
What am I sharing? I'm not sharing anything. What can you see on the screen? I'm not sharing anything.
I'm not seeing anything on the screen.
Exactly now. So try and share your, if you can try and share your own screen. Let's see what you have. Is Vivian there or she has run away?
Might be network.
Okay, maybe network. Okay, let's go back. So when we click on it, do we have something like this?
I don't have the 3D objects and the rest, but I have something like that.
But you have everybody, you have something like this.
Yeah, but it's on the web.
Yes.
Yes, on the web, exactly. It's a web-based. Yes. It is web-based. Are you there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. All right. So now what you have here, this is what the Jupyter notebook. This is where you are going to be typing your code. Okay. All you are going to do, can you see new here? Can you see new?
Yeah.
Later I will come
Yes.
and tell you how to locate. It's just like your desktop. Can you see desktop?
Mm.
So if I click here now, this is my own desktop. So if you click on desktop, it means that is where your own is. So if I click on desktop, you can see content of your desktop. Can you see it on your own desktop now?
Yeah.
When you click on that desktop. Otherwise, if you don't want to stress yourself, then you can just click. Can you see new here? Can you see new?
Yes.
Yes.
So click new. Can you see Python 3 or whatever Python you have there? Or just Python?
Yeah, Python 3.
Python 3, click that. And you now have something like this. Do we have this?
Yeah.
Everybody, do we have this now?
Yes.
Okay,
Please,
good.
I'm not saying what you're saying. Oh. Maybe I should
Yes.
share my own screen.
Can you see new? When you look at your own, can you see new here like this?
I'm not saying that.
Have you opened your Anaconda?
Yes, I did.
Oh yeah, sorry. Can you share your screen?
Okay, let me do that.
Yeah, share your screen. Yes. Click launch and Jupyter. Yes. Let's see. Close. Let me see what this is. Just close. Where's your Anaconda? You will see your notebook.
Where?
Just close this your Jupyter Lab. This Jupyter Lab. Can you see Anaconda notebook? Can you see notebook? Click launch notebook. Can you see notebook?
This place?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. So it will now open. That's it now. Can you see your desktop now?
Okay.
Can you
This
see your
place.
desktop? Yes, good.
Okay.
So there's nothing on your desktop. That means your own system, your desktop is empty. Is that correct?
Yes.
Or you have one or
same-
two things. So just click on new. Click on new.
New.
Click on new. Yes. Python 3. That's all.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Python 3. Good. Everybody, are we here now?
I am not yet there.
Yes, sir.
So we will not be
Sir.
here. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
Some of us
I
are not
don't have
here.
desktop on
We
my
don't even
on
have
this.
it.
Forget about desktop. Can you see new there? Can you see new? Can you see new? Just click on new there. Just click on new. Can you see new here? Just click on new. That's all. Are you there? If you don't see, you will see desktop on the roots now. This is the roots. Can you see desktop here? But if you don't see desktop, it doesn't really matter for now. Just click on new. That's all. Just click new. Can you see? You now have this now.
Is after new, what next?
Nothing,
After clicking on
nothing.
new.
No, I've not said anything. Just you have this now. Everybody, you have this now. Which is
Yes.
Yes,
do we
sir.
have it here now? Everybody,
Yes.
do we have this now?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I don't want a situation when we
Yes,
have gone now. Somebody still saying, I have not seen where we are. What you are like. Everybody, are we set now?
No.
Yes.
Who is saying no? What's the challenge?
Blessing.
I'm
Yes,
just
what's the challenge?
installing my
I'm
Anaconda.
still trying
So
to
if you are just
install
installing,
this.
don't worry about it. If you are just installing it, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just watch along. But you can still be installing it whenever you install it, tell us. But for now,
Okay,
don't
sir.
worry. For those who have already installed, so who I'm talking to. For those who have already installed already. Everybody, are we here now? So let's go. Now
Yes, sir.
take notes. Take notes. If you had a calculator, right? What do you use the calculator to do?
To calculate.
What are you calculating? For example, what do you calculate in the calculator?
Calculating
Numbers.
numbers.
Numbers, is it not? Numbers, like give an example of a number you want to calculate.
1 plus 2.
5 times 5.
1 plus 1. What will it give me?
2.
2.
So let me click run here. Can you see run?
Mm.
Okay.
2, is it correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. So all you are seeing, this is called a cell. What you are seeing here that you can type is called what? A cell.
So,
It is not Excel. But in the zone, this is what is called what? A cell. It is inside here. I will type. When I type it, can you see run? I will run. Somebody said what? What did somebody say again?
5 times 5.
5 times 5. Can you see that? I will click run. Now the shortcut is called Shift Enter. Shift Enter is to run. Shift what? Enter. Shift Enter. So when I press Shift Enter, it will run it. 10 minus 2, what will it give me?
8.
Shift Enter. Can you see that?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
So this is called what? A cell. So I will type the codes here and the output here. Can you see input, output? Can you see that?
Yes.
Mm.
Input what? Output. Good. So if we are clear with that, that means, so you understand how you do your normal calculator. That means whatever I type will be here, and this will give me what? The results. Okay? And remember, when we are entering when we want to type a code, we need to understand the data types. One of the data types we have looked at is what? Number. Isn't it? Number. So look at this. For example, another thing again you can also do, you remember in SQL, when I put hashtag, what does hashtag mean in SQL?
It's a comment. It should not
It's
run.
a comment. What does a comment mean?
Like, it's just to describe what you are doing.
I'm just describing what I am doing, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
So as programmers too, you also need to do what? A documentation. That means as you are typing, is it not? So for example, now I'll come here. I'll say addition of what? 1 plus 1. I think that I'm describing what I've done here. Now, because I have put hashtag, I can run it. Can you see that? Anytime I put hashtag, it means it's not going to run. So what have I done? I have put a comment. Did you get that?
Mm.
So if I put a hashtag, it means it's not going to run. So for example, if I put a hashtag here and I press Shift Enter, do you expect to see results?
No.
No.
No. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Please follow now. Before someone will ask, where did we get from 1 plus 1 to now see a full page? So just follow the concept and the principles now.
I got lost. My network threw me
You
out.
cannot be lost. You cannot be lost.
So I'm just joining now again.
Yeah, just joining now. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you opened this page? Have you opened this?
Let me open mine.
Share your screen. Let us see. Share your screen. Let us see. Share your screen. Let's see. Those who are installing, have you finished installing?
No, no.
Yes, me, I've finished installing, sir. But I'm seeing Anaconda Nucleus.
Once you have installed, Anaconda, just click Anaconda. You are going to see Jupyter Notebook.
Jupyter Notebook.
Yes, Jupyter Notebook.
I saw a notebook, but not Jupyter.
Jupyter must be there. Who has this one? Please, thank God you share this. Please, on no account do you close this unless you are finished working. This is the back end. This is what is happening at the back end. If this one is closed, that 1 plus 1 will not work. But this is not what we are telling you to share. But it means you have opened it.
Okay.
Don't close it, just minimize it. Just minimize it. Otherwise, just minimize it. But stop sharing.
But Francis is working, but I closed it.
It's working, and you might check confirm.
Yeah, I've tried your 5 times 5. I did that one myself and it worked.
Even when you close this one.
I closed it first, then we started doing the 5 times 5.
Okay, so this is what I'm supposed to have, right?
Yes, not that black screen. Though. Just open your Anaconda. Click on your Anaconda and share your screen. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Dr. Francis, I'm seeing Launch Jupyter Notebook.
You are seeing what?
Launch Jupyter Notebook.
How is it now? Wait, so you have not installed now. You are still online now. If you have installed it, it will be on your system. That one you are still online. I sent the link now. This one we have settled this one by Monday last week.
Okay, Francis, no, the Jupyter one didn't close, but I closed the one with Anaconda.
Yes, my Anaconda is still.
I closed the one that ran for Anaconda, but the Jupyter one was
exactly that one, yes.
My Anaconda is a black screen.
Can you share your screen? Let us see. Share that Anaconda. Let us open it.
My own Anaconda is a black. Okay.
It's not a black, it's green. The logo is green there. Not online. You must have downloaded it on your system.
Okay, this is what I have.
This is online. You are online. This is online.
Okay.
Did you download it?
Okay, I'll go and look for it.
Just search on your go to your search bar Anaconda.
Okay. I'll go and
not here. This one you are going.
Did.
It's not here. Close this one.
That's where I'm searching. That's where I'm getting this from. And giving me app. Okay. Okay.
Unless you want to download something else. If you just search Anaconda, you see it there. You see that symbol there.
Oh, I use the link you sent.
Yes.
Okay, let me.
The line is still breaking. All right, let's continue. So it means that whenever I want to edit, so in SQL, when you are typing numbers, you notice you can type any number there, isn't it? It works fine. Is it not?
Yeah.
I can enter any number there. Enter. That's to give me the same number. But whenever I want to enter a text, which is a string, is it not? How do we enter a string in SQL?
It's in inverted
commas. Put in what? Inverted what? Comma. So if I write Francis, if I have just written Francis like this, error. Francis not defined. But if I have put it in inverted commas, this now tells you that what?
A string.
It's a string. Okay, so that's how we are going to be typing. Numbers, you type it normally. String, you put in inverted comma. String, again, I can use single quotation mark and say Francis. It will still work. Can you see that? But we'll still get to strings much later, right? But this is how you type. Anytime I'm typing a number, I'll type any number without string. But anytime I'm typing a string, right, a text, I must put in the word invert in the word quotation marks. Are you clear with this?
Yes.
Are you clear with this? Good. Now, take notes. Can you see here it's written code? Do you see that? Code.
Yeah.
It is only when it's in this mode, code, that you can run anything. So if I say 2 + 4, what should I get? 6. But if it's not on this code, let's say you put it on the markdown.
6.
And I run it. What did he give me?
2 + 4.
He just showed me 2 + 4 now. Is that what I want?
No.
No. So it must be in this word code. Which means if I want to put header, for example, if I want to make it a header, I can just put numbers. Can you see? I can just type numbers. That means I can type anything I want there. Then I will run it. Can you see that? It will not be like a header.
So instead of using the inverted the quotation mark,
Yes.
you
So now
can
it's not
also
running.
change it there.
Yes.
Okay.
Another thing I can do, I can put 2 hashtag there. Hash space. Can you see? Do not become bigger. Then I now run it.
Francis.
Please, I didn't get that.
Did you understand this one? Did you understand this one?
Yeah,
Yes.
we have to change it to Markdown.
What I
Right?
now say that, so change to Markdown, you just come here now, switch from code to Markdown, right? But when you are typing the number, right, put double hashtag. You know, if I put normal hashtag is comments, you know, one hashtag is comment. If I put a double hashtag and I put a space there, I need to make it larger and bold. So these numbers. If I want to increase the cell, can you see? I want to increase the cell, I'll put plus. Can you see plus now? Plus means increase the
Yes,
cell.
sir.
Can you see that? Plus means increase the cell. So I need more cells. Are you clear with that?
Francis. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
clear. I wanted to ask about the Francis. I thought you said it was case sensitive. Maybe I missed that.
Yes, I said it's case sensitive, yes.
But it's mixed here now. It's title. This is title case.
Which title?
Like you said, we should do all the small letters. That was
No,
wondering.
when you are typing the code,
Okay.
this is like a heading now. This is like a heading.
No, I mean the Francis. You know, you said use only small letters. So I
Okay,
thought
now
the
you
F
type
was
everything
capital letter.
lowercase, right?
Yes, lowercase. Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Don't worry now. We are just starting now. I can't.
Okay, that's what I was asking. It's because you said it was sensitive when I saw that.
Majority of things you write them in lowercase, right? Majority of what you do, write in lowercase.
Or is it being case sensitive when you need to replicate it and you change it also?
Yeah, so now we'll see where the problem will come. We'll see where the
Okay.
problem. If I are the one that will tell me the problem, let me tell you. All right. So what we have done so far, we have seen how to enter data. That is either numbers or strings. If it's a number, type it like that. If it's a string, put it in what? Quotation mark. Either in
Quotation
single or what? Double. They are the same thing. Most time, try as much as possible, write in what? Lowercase. But where there are names, where if you want to write in capital letter, that's also fine. Okay. It is when we get to variables that you now see the difference. Okay, good. Vivian, are you here now? Is Vivian here?
Yes, I'm here now.
You are here now. You can see where to type now. Is it not? We'll share your screen. Let me see what's on your screen. Share your
Yes,
screen.
I am. I am.
Share your screen. Let me see. What's
Yes. I don't know. It's as if I can't. Nothing. Okay.
Who is the other person that was installing? Have you installed now?
Yes, Dr. Francis, I finished installing.
It's not loaded.
Have you clicked on Anaconda? Open Anaconda.
Yes, sir.
No,
I have.
it's stuck for me.
All right. Okay.
My installation is stuck. It's not loading fully. It's stuck in a particular position.
It's stuck in a particular position.
Okay, Francis, I don't.
You can't share. Who is the other person?
Can I share my own?
Go to the share. Go to the share. Google Colab.
I've shared it. I don't know whether you can see. You can see my screen.
Okay, let's see. Is this an? This is not an account. We are still on the. This web, not this one. On your system.
Please, can I share my own? Let me.
Okay, on the system.
Yes, not on the cloud.
It's difficult for us to locate it on our system.
Just go
Not
to
coming
search
out.
and type
What's your
Anaconda.
start? To start.
Just search for it.
Not coming out.
Search
That
for
means
it.
it's not downloaded.
Search for it.
Exactly. Okay.
That is why the first statement I made that you know how to use a computer. That means if I install, I know where to look for it.
There's a video, there's a YouTube video he shared on the group to help with installation. Did anybody watch it?
Don't worry. Those that will watch will watch. Yeah, this one is still installing now. Just leave it now. It's still setting up.
Yes, but it's been stuck here for like since
Just leave it,
started.
just leave it, just leave it, just leave it.
Yeah, it takes some time to finish up.
Just leave it. That's why I gave you a whole week to install this thing.
I think I got thrown out before that part. So I think, yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, now just leave it. Don't worry, just leave it. I want to paste something on the chat.
Okay.
Google Colab. I want to paste Google Colab there on the chat, so you can follow on the chat. So this is web-based, Google Colab. Moses, okay,
Sir?
try and look for it. Search for it.
Yes, I've seen it actually. I think I
Share
saw.
your screen. Let us see. Share your screen. Let us.
Okay.
Dr. Francis,
Yes.
please, I'm trying to give an instruction for this. I'm not getting anything out when I input a data. I'm not getting anything out. There's something you said that I did not open. There's a black command.
Did you? I hope you did not close it.
I closed it. How do I open it?
Once you have closed it, that's the end. Now you are done. You cannot run anything anymore.
So how do I go?
So just close that your Jupyter.
Close and start
and open it again. This is Spider. Okay. You can use Spider now. It's the same thing now.
Just
do the Jupyter.
Just do the one that I'm saying now. Once you're familiar with how it runs, then you can go to any platform and run it.
Okay.
You need to be comfortable first with one. Then when you go to any platform, you can now do it.
Okay, sir.
But if you cannot see your Jupyter notebook, you can use that one. Type it there. Okay. Who again? So for those that cannot see their own, can you see this? When you open this page, can you see this?
Yeah.
Google Colab. This is the online version now. So you can be typing whatever you want. Can you see connect? Can you see connect there?
Yes,
So
yes.
Connect where? Okay, yes.
So it's connected now, right? Connected now. Okay. Connected now. So if I come here to file, can you see new notebook?
Yeah.
And I click on new notebook. But it is only for those who have not, but those who already have it already, go and look for your own. If I click run here, you run it 1 + 1.
Okay.
If it does not give me 2, then you know there's problem. So can you see code? Just like my cell, I can be typing here. So for those of us who have not seen our one, you can be following with this one. But go back. Let me go back to my normal one. All right, so let's continue now. Can we
Sorry,
continue?
sir. I'm
Yes.
having the same issue. I finished
What is the
downloading
issue?
and
What
it
is
told
the
me
issue?
finish, but I can't find where it is. The
Can
location.
you type for your
Go
search
to your
bar?
start.
Can you go to your search bar and type Anaconda there?
You want Jupyter, sir?
No, I
Yeah,
know
or
why
type
I can't.
Jupyter.
Mine was still downloading.
I should go to where? Sorry.
Start. Do you know where your
Your
start menu?
search, your
Or
start.
search.
Okay,
Just come down. Search.
Okay. Thank you.
When I started, do you know how to use computer? Some people were laughing. Now we have seen now. Why I said we assume you know how to use a computer. Oh yeah, have you seen it now?
Please, may I share to show you?
Please share your screen. Yes, share your screen.
Online.
Yeah, share your
Okay.
screen.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the online version you gave us. Is
Yeah.
am I? Please.
It's working now. Yours is working. This is working fine. But okay, you have not. Your own is still installing, right?
Yes, it's still in.
Then no, you can be working with this for now.
Okay, thank you.
You can
Okay, so
work with
Dr.
it.
Francis,
Can
there's
I
something
share
I saw.
mine, please?
Share your
Navigator.
screen now. Whoever wants to
Anaconda
share.
Let me share my
Navigator.
own, please.
Yes, navigator, exactly. Once you have seen an navigator, open it.
Okay, there are so many things in it.
Look for Jupyter notebook.
Yes,
Jupyter
and
notebook.
launch. Then launch.
That's all, exactly.
Oh, thank you.
Is this my own? This is where I am. Accept.
Once you are going online, you are doing a different thing. You have not even this one. You have not even started yet.
So which app do I use to launch it? Which app? You say they are asking for app to use.
Which app? There's no app. Is there any app?
Let me share. Let me do it and
Use
share.
Google Chrome.
Google
It's
Chrome.
your head. You have to either use Google Chrome, whatever.
The browser will launch it automatically.
If you pick one and launch automatically for you.
Okay.
Who is doing this one? This one means you are still installing. So just close the. Hey.
Let's mute.
Wow.
Let me stop sharing.
Yes. Just close this one. Go to your search bar and type Anaconda Navigator. Or check if you see Navigator.
Okay.
Type Navigator on your search bar. Navigator. If you see Anaconda Navigator there. Hey, this is why I tried.
Can I share so that
Let me share my own, please.
Let's see. You have two systems up. You need to mute.
Who is using two devices should mute. Blessing, you have two devices on. Mute one.
Is this what I'm supposed to have?
You say what? Hello? Hello?
We are here, sir.
So who was asking? Someone was asking something just now.
I think it's Vivian. She's sharing her screen.
Okay. This is it now. So click on new now. Just click on new. Click on new.
Okay. This way I'm also
New.
New, right, to your right, top right.
How do they say new Yoruba?
Yes.
So after new.
Yes.
That's all. Click on it. That's all.
That's Python 3.
Yes, that's all that you open now. If you open.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so I think we can continue now. So for those who don't have it yet, just follow it on Google Lab. All right, Vivian, you can stop sharing. All right, so let's go. Let's continue. So can we start now?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So if I type 1 + 1, these are numbers. Okay. 10 - 2. Okay. Now, but take note, when you are typing in the Python, there are some things that we already used to. For example, if I want to have, in Excel, how do you do raised to power? So if I say 5 raised to power 2, what should I have? 5 raised to power 2. Is it not?
20.
What should I have?
25.
Good. In Python, this is not raised to. Okay. So what you normally do, if I do 5 × 2, 5 × 2 will give you what?
10.
10. Okay. So if I want to do 5 raised to power 2, it is 5 double star raised to power 2. Can you see that now? So it is not this one you are used to. Okay. Another one you are used to again, 10 divided by 2, what should I have?
9.
5.
So I run that, is it not? Now, if I have 10, can you see that? So if I use a double, so if I have, for example, 10 divided by 3, can you see that? What is it doing? It's giving you the base. Is it not? To not give you the division, just give you the whole number.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
But
For
the
example,
one
if
you
I
did
say
for the one you did for 10
Divided by
that 2 strokes 2, you got 5.
yes now,
And so this
one
other
gave
one.
you decimal, one gave you
Oh,
decimal,
okay, okay,
one gave you
okay.
just the whole number.
Okay.
If I have
So it's
10
rounding
divided
up.
by, if I give you 10 divided by 3, what would that give?
Okay,
Give
it turned
you
it to a whole number.
fractions.
But with this one now, it will not give you,
Round
it
it
will only
down.
give you the base, yes. Because one base division. Clear?
Yeah.
And that's it again. For example, if I say 10 modulus 3, what is this? 10 modulus 3, what does this one mean? How many times can 3 divided by 10? Or 10 into 3, how many times?
3 times.
3 times. 3
Remaining
times
what?
plus
Remaining
1.
what?
1, 3, 3.
One.
Okay,
Remaining
So the
one.
remainder.
Remainder,
Remaining
exactly. So
one.
that's what it is. So if I have, for example, 23 modulus 2, what will it be?
1.
I'm sorry, could you scroll up? Okay.
So do you understand? So this is called what? Modulus. Clear? Are you clear with that now?
Modular sign, is
No.
it percentage or what? Percentage.
It's percentage, yes, it's percentage.
Okay.
It's percentage. All right. So are we clear how we enter the data now in terms of numbers?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So Francis, can I take you back? Just
Yes.
is the numbers title header? I tried it and I didn't get it. Can you do it again? The one with hashtag.
Okay, you have to first of all switch to
Markdown.
Yes, markdown. So for example, if I want to go to the next one, if I type strings, for example, if I say strings like this, right? So what do? I'll put hashtag, 2 hashtag, put a space there, right? Now you see this color shows that this is a comment, isn't it? So what do? I will switch it to what? A markdown. Can you see that? Then I will run it. It will now come out.
Okay. Okay.
Clear?
Yes, I'll try it. Thank you.
All right. So this is how you enter your number. So which one have we seen? Plus, minus, divide. Is it not?
Raised to power.
Raised to power, yes.
Remainder. Remainder.
Remainder, exactly. So
Rounding
as time
up.
goes on, we'll show you how to do all those ones much later. That is base division. You only give you the base and remove the decimal. All right. So for strings, which means you want to enter text, right? Now, we said that when you're entering text, you can either use what? Double quotation or what? Single quotation.
Single quotation.
Now, but when do we use can we use it anytime we like? Yes, but it depends. Okay. For example, if somebody's name is, let's say, O'Neill. O'Neill. Can you see that? Can you see the person's name? O'Neill.
Yes.
So if I close it now, O'Neill. Can you see that? If I run it, it will give you error. Why?
You have 3.
So instead, all I do, I'll type O. Can you see? Neil. And I can run it.
Okay.
You use the double quotation.
A double
and then
quotation, take into
single.
consideration that, yes.
Okay.
don't understand. What did you do differently?
I use double quotation.
And the first time you used single.
In this case here, I use a single quotation. Though I use single at the end, but how will I capture?
Okay, but in between the O and the nil is a single.
Yes, yes, single. Yeah. So you see, this is a typical situation where you have needed what double word quotation. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
But
sir.
if you want to type more things, if you want to type more, right? So you can even use your triple quotation. So you can put a triple. Can you see that this is a triple? This is what they call doc string. So I can type a full paragraph here. Type whatever full paragraph here and run, still run. Okay, so that's called a doc string. Now you can use triple quotation.
Well, you can also use double here.
Yes, you can use.
Okay, because I saw the answer had double quotation.
Yeah, but you can still put. But where you have a very long text, you use the triple.
Okay.
One. You notice it will bring it automatically for you. It will calculate it automatically for you. Right?
Okay.
So just take note of it. It calculates automatically for you. All right. Are we clear with that now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Let's go. So now we have seen a string, right? So a string is just simply what? A text. So another thing I want to show us is called a variable. What is a variable? Now, one of living space, there are some things we are going to learn. We'll still come back and put them in each of these things. So when you say a variable, what is a variable?
Anything that takes values in.
Anything that takes
Something that
value.
changes with activity.
Something that what changes, is it not?
Changes with,
it changes, right? Anything that what changes. Okay, good. Which means if I have something like 1 plus 1 is 2 now, is it not? Now, let's say, for example, this one, or let's say 1 plus 2. Now, this one, I want to assign it to A. So that means A is equals to 1. Can you see that? That means A becomes what?
1.
A is what? 1, is it not?
One.
A is a variable. A is a variable.
A is a variable.
This one, I can still change this one to 2 or 3 or 4, which means
2
that
or 3 or 5.
It can change anytime, is it not? And that's why we say, yes, a variable is like a container that stores something, and it can change over a period. It can change. It can store something and it can also change. Okay. So if I have A is equals to 1, B is equals to 2. Can you see that? C is equals to A plus B. A plus B. What do you think will be C?
3.
3.
How did you know?
A plus B.
A is equals to 1.
Because if I know A is 1, B is 2,
and B
and
is
what am
2.
I doing? I'm adding them up, is it not?
Yes.
Yes.
This 1 plus 2 is what?
3.
3.
If you have another thing, you know you have done something else. Now, why do
So
you
you
have
just put C? You didn't
Yes.
run it?
I've run it now. I just put C and
Okay.
control it.
All right. Okay.
Now, why do we have to do this? Because if we have done it like this, it means I have to be typing this every time. Otherwise, I can simply change here to what? 5. Let's say 5. That means if I run C, what should I have?
7.
I should have 7, is it not?
Yes.
But you see, if I don't run it, if I don't, do you understand that? Are you clear with that?
We missed you.
Your network was
Network was breaking. We missed you for a second.
Okay, network was breaking.
Yes, sir.
Please, can I start
I
from the
think it
point
was
of
when
changing to
you
5 and
changed
2?
8 to 5. That was where we lost you.
Yeah.
8 to 5. Okay. The same thing. Let's say y is equals to what? 10. Is it not? Z is equals to what? 20.
Can you do that? Put in the same cell.
Yes, now. I can run it line by line. I can run it cell by cell. Okay. So that means that if I call y, what is y?
10.
10.
If I call z, what is z?
20.
If I say y plus z, what will I get?
30.
Sorry. But how did you get the y equals 10 and z equals 20 in the same cell?
Once you type
Click
now,
on
if I
the
type
enter
a
key.
equal to, press enter now, the next one.
Okay.
It's like assigning a number to the variable.
So we're coming there now. Do you understand this one?
Yes.
So once you have got this, like this is how we are going to be working all through. Okay? Because once you have missed it like this, just to be as if we are just performing miracle.
I have a question. If you don't run it, if you don't do your shift enter, that means that if you come and then you're calling out for y and z.
Yeah, so for example, if I just put y is equals to 50, I did not run it now, isn't it? I type y. Y will still give me whatever is previously there.
Okay.
But if I run y equals to 50 and I run y now, it will give me the recent one.
Like run is like saving it.
Yes.
It's like recording it.
Yes, I've put it in memory now. So it is the recent one that you take to memory. The last one that you have run that will take to memory.
So you can't say y plus y and the initial memory.
If I say y plus y, what is y plus y?
60.
Y plus y.
Is it 60 or
100, sorry.
So
the
it
way you
replaces the
think
initial
about it on
memory.
paper, the way you think about it on paper, that's the same way it works here.
Okay.
All right. Are we clear with this?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. So we have seen
Dr. Francis, sorry. If you put for instance, y, and it's telling you y is not defined, what's the error? What's the issue?
Y is not defined. Good. Y is not defined. So for example, if I put R and I run R, what did it tell me?
R is not defined.
Did I call a variable? So that R means it's not a variable, it's not defined that variable. He knows A, he knows B, he knows C, he knows Y, he knows Z. Does he know R?
Supposing you've already put R up there before.
But if I put R equals to 10 and I did not run it and I say R.
Oh, you need to run it. Okay.
Hey, it's not a miracle worker. It's not a miracle worker.
Also, I
Garbage in, garbage
noticed,
out.
I noticed something, Dr. Francis, that I use a capital letter Y, and then when I wanted to use a small letter Y, it gave the same error. But when I later use the small letter Y.
Hold on. Watch now. If I write Y, what is Y?
50.
If I write capital letter Y, what is capital letter Y?
Nothing. Error.
I don't know who you are. But if I say capital letter Y is equals to what? 100, right? Then I say Y plus capital letter Y, what will it give me?
150. Okay.
If you don't run it, it will not answer you. You say, I don't know what you are talking about. Yes, now we have been saying that it is extremely case sensitive. Extremely.
Excuse me, sir. When you mean run, That's control. When you
Shift
type
enter, shift enter, or click
shift
on.
enter. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Thank you, sir.
Shift enter. Clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good. So let's start now. Now, all we have seen is that when you are entering your data, you must be clear on the data types. Is it not? So one of the data type we have seen is what? Numbers, is it not? So under numbers, you have integers, you have floats, you have what again? Complex numbers. I have complex numbers. Okay. Under your strings are actually your text. Is it not? You see it's string, this string. When you see str means string. Okay. But there are other things you may also see, right? Which we call the data structures. The data what? Structures. Okay. So in some of the data structures, again, even your Boolean, you will see your Boolean, right? So Boolean. Boolean is bool. Can you see bool? That's Boolean. Okay. What is Boolean?
Yes or no, true or false.
True or false, exactly. Exactly. You know in Excel, when I type true, what will it tell me?
False, double-sided.
One.
If you type true in Excel,
One.
what will it do? If you type true in Excel, what will it do?
One.
If you type true in Excel,
It will give you another option to put
To
false.
center.
Give you
it will centralize it now. It's not.
It says
Centralize it.
in the center.
Unless you are
Align to
not
center.
putting it inside a function, then you put true, then that 1 or 0, is it not? Good. Now take note, the same way you notice that Python is changing some colors. Can you see complex, string, Boolean? These are what? Reserved names. That is why it is not advisable to call a variable complex. Can you see that? I say complex is equals to 1. It will still run it, right? So if I type complex, it will give me 1. But imagine, because this is a reserved string. So if I want to call this complex and call the original complex that is built, it will not understand what you are saying. So that is why whenever you are creating a variable, do not use the reserved names. Like once it changes to green, don't use that name. Green means is what? Reserved. Okay. And that thing again you cannot do. You cannot use a number to assign a variable. You see that? You cannot use what? A number to assign what? A variable. Do you get
What
that?
if you did it the other way around? 12 equals to A.
12 is equals to A.
Yeah.
You cannot use a number to assign what?
Then you say A plus B.
Eh? You can use A is equals to 12. But you cannot use 12 is equals to A. Okay. The same way, if I have A comma B is equals to 20 comma 50. What am I doing here?
Is it like X and Y?
Yeah,
variable?
A is 20.
I'm assigning A is what?
20, B is
20.
50.
B is
B is
50.
what?
50.
Can you see that? So these I can assign it at once.
Okay.
So what we are simply showing you here that in Python, you have your data types. So the basic ones you know is your numeric, is not your strings. Okay. Then you have also what they call data structures. Data
Dr. Francis.
structure. Yes.
Before we move ahead, I just want to make a clarification. I observed
Yes.
that in some cases, when you type out these functions, in some cases you leave space, in some other cases you type them together. Does it really matter? Like this A, comma.
Most times, in terms of spaces, why you just have to be careful with the space. So it's just to ensure that you can read it, right? You can read it. But for example, if I type A comma B space, space comma C, I say equal to 10.
No.
Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
But if I have now said, okay, it's comma 20, comma 30, and I run it. So you see,
So
even
the
with this
space
space, so if
doesn't
I call C now, it's still 30. If I call B, it's still 20. If I call A, it's still 10. So the spacing may not really matter at this point. It's just for readability.
Okay.
So no matter, so that's why anyone that is close, just put them together so that you can easily read them. Because any space can, sometimes space can cause a problem for you. Okay, so
All right,
these
sir.
are what they call what your data types. Okay, so when we talk about the data structure, so for example, data structure, you know, for example, what we have been as we say A is equals to what 10, isn't it? But sometimes this A can take more than one value. It can take more than one word value. For example, if we say let's say ABC, imagine ABC, there are different branches, PD, right? It is what? Port Harcourt. It is what? Lagos. Is equals to what? 50, 50, 60, 70. I run it. Which means if I call Benin, what will I see?
50.
Can I see that? If I call PH, what will I see?
60.
If I call what?
Lagos,
what will I see?
70.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Which means that I can also call this, maybe I can just call this baby revenue. Can you see that? So this revenue means that this revenue from Benin, Port Harcourt, Lagos. I see that. Benin, Port Harcourt, Lagos. So which means that this revenue can be inside this. Sorry, it can be inside my this thing there. So I can put a square bracket there. Let's say 50, 60, and let's say 70. Can you see that now?
Francis, you need to move your screen up, sir.
Dr. Francis.
Yes.
Can you also try something? Maybe revenue is equals to Benin, Port Harcourt, Lagos. Will it run?
Now, if I have revenue is equals to what?
Benin, Port Harcourt.
Benin. Now you see now Benin is a string.
Okay.
Port Harcourt. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Lagos. Maybe I can just put it normally like this. This is okay. So if I type revenue,
it won't give you the total.
but if I
sum.
go back and run this one again, and I come and run it now, it show me this. So it only commits to memory whatever you put as last. So let me call this one as branch. Branches. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So what I've done, this is a data structure. Even though this is a number, right? These are numbers, these are texts. Okay. Now, when I put them in this form, they are known as what? A list. It's called what? A list. A list. Okay. It's called what? A list. It's called a list. So what I've done, I have listed. So when we talk about data structure, we can talk about what? Lists. We can talk about what? Dictionaries. Okay, let me talk about tuples. You can talk about set. You can talk about what? Dictionary. You can talk about what? Dictionary. Okay, so all these are what they call what? The data structure. This is called what? Data what? Structure. Are we clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Clear? Good. So at least a list. Now, another thing again we need to take note of. Another thing you need to take note of. For example, if I say A, what is A?
12.
10.
10.
It's
Eh,
10.
20.
But what
Eight
was
is
the last,
ten.
which one was the last one I ran?
20, 20.
10.
12.
20.
10.
Okay,
20
10.
It was 10.
10.
Yes, that was the last one.
Can you see that? That means that
Yes.
I can have one name and be putting different variables, because we say a variable is something that can change. Is it not? And it contains something.
Yes.
So it is the last one that you commit to memory that we want to tell you. Okay. Now, what is the data type? What is the data type?
String.
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 Data type of A.
Okay, data types.
Variable.
Integer.
Complex.
Data type of A is what?
Variable.
Data type of A
Number.
is what?
Number.
Number. Which number?
10.
10.
Which number? I told you there are
Integer.
different types. Integer, is it not?
Integer.
Yes.
All right.
So that is why there's a syntax called type. So if I say type, can you see that? That is what's the data type. So if I type A, what is it telling me?
Integer.
If I type type, what is branches?
String.
Branches is what?
String.
Is a what?
String. String.
Branches is what?
Branches is a list. List.
List.
Oh,
This
data type. Okay.
Can you see that now?
Yeah, it's a list.
Is a list.
What
What
about
I really-
revenue?
What is revenue? What about
Revenue
revenue?
is a string.
This
It's not still list.
Revenue is what?
List.
Do we agree?
Is a list. Is list
the
of
Is a
list.
what?
It's a list.
list.
It's still a list
List
now,
of numbers. Yeah.
because that is the structure in which I put it.
Put it.
If I have, for example, names, or let's say name, Francis. What's the data type?
String.
The string.
Is a what?
String.
It's a string. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Why is this important? Why is this important? Look at this. Let's say, for example, we have revenue equals to 100, right? You have costs equals to what? 80. Is it not? Revenue, if I call revenue, what is revenue?
100.
100. 100. If I call cost, what is cost?
80.
80. Now, if I want to get the profits, what is profits?
Revenue minus cost.
Revenue minus cost.
what?
We need to work.
Cost.
Don't
It
work.
won't work now.
Why?
One is a string.
Number
You can't add a
and
string by number.
string.
One is what?
A string.
One is number, integer. The other
Two
one
data
is
types.
string.
Good. So you see a situation like this. That means I cannot add integer and string together. But I can do this. Look at 1 plus 1 is what?
2.
2. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Yes.
1 plus 1 is what?
Not the same thing.
1 plus 1.
It's not the same thing you've typed.
It's not to it will return the same thing.
It's the same thing you've typed. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, it's adding them.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh, it's joining them together.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
text to column together.
That is what you call what in Excel. What do you call this in Excel?
Something.
Concatenate.
Concatenation, exactly.
Yes.
That's what you are doing there.
Oh, because looking at them as two text.
What's it called?
Concatenation, concats. Is that the spelling? Concats. Or sometimes you just see the right concats. Concats. Concatenate. Clear? So you see why it's important to understand the data type. You see why it's important to understand what the data type, which means that for me to convert this guy, is it not? So if I type for cost, what is the type for cost? What data type for cost?
String.
Is what?
String.
It's string. By the time I check the type for revenue, what is it?
Integer.
So can we add integer and strings together?
No.
It must be in the same form. Which means if I have profits and I say profit is equals to what? Revenue
minus cost.
Minus what?
Cost.
Integer of cost. What have I done now?
You have converted it.
Converted.
So just like me say 1 plus 1, what will it give me? Error. But if I have 1 plus integer of 1, what will it give me?
2.
Okay.
Can you
But
see
you
that
can
one?
just redefine, you can go back and can you also say your
Now,
cost is now 80?
You know, because we are doing it small now, imagine they have already extracted this data for you. Do you understand? You may not be able to have that opportunity to do that. Okay? So that's why here I will now run it like this. So if I say profits, what will I get as profit now? What will I get as profit?
20.
20. Can you see that now?
No.
Okay, good. Are we clear with this now?
Yes.
Clear? Because once you have missed here like this, you see, we started from 1 plus 1.
Yes, so.
We have used it. It will get to a point, you'll be wondering, when did we get here?
When did the snake bite?
Please, can you scroll up?
Yes.
Towards the list area.
Where?
Yeah, up. Yes, here. Okay.
Have you seen what you're looking for?
Fine.
All right.
Yes, please.
So this is why you must understand the word data type and how to check for the data type. Okay? How to check for the data type. So now we have seen text, we have seen strings, isn't it? We have seen a variable, right? Now, under the data structure, we also have seen lists. We have seen what? A list. Okay? And how do you know a list? How do you know a list? How do you know a list?
In brackets, separated by commas.
A list is what?
Square. In square brackets, separated by commas.
Is it what start what a square word bracket? What a square word bracket. So look at this, for example. If I have x is equal to 5, x is equals to 5. So if I say what's the data type for X?
Integer.
Integer.
Do we agree with that?
Yes.
Good. If I have B is equals to 20, right? What is the data type for B?
The same thing.
Integer.
The same integer now, isn't it?
Yes.
The same word integer. Good. What if I have C is equals to 20.5? What is the data type for C?
It's a float.
The float.
Is a what?
Float.
Float.
It's a float. Exactly. So if I say the data type for C is what? Which C?
It's
Use the
in
capital
caps.
Use the
C.
capital letter.
Small letter C.
When we say it is case sensitive, especially for your variables, now I use your variables as lowercase. Okay, lower what case. If I say D is equals to hello world, what is the data type?
String.
The string.
String.
Is it what?
A string.
A string. Is it not?
Yeah.
Yes.
If I
Yes.
say E is equals to I, or let's say 1J, what is E? What is this is what?
Complex.
Complex number.
A complex thing.
Can you see that? If I have F is equal to, let's say, A, B, right? Let's say C. What is F?
List.
I know a list.
F is
A
what?
list.
A list.
A
F
list.
is what? A list.
List.
F is what? A list. Okay. So sometimes the way we have, for example, let's say, for example, if I say numbers is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What is numbers?
A list.
A list.
A list.
A list.
Number is what?
A list.
A list,
Yes.
right? So if I type
Type number.
numbers, right? So it's a list. Now imagine now, I want to write 1 to 100. 1 to 100. So how will you do that? So you start typing 1 to 100 yourself.
No.
You know this. If it was Excel now, how would you have done it in Excel?
1, 2, then now.
1, 2, then drag, is it not?
Yes.
Or what else could we have done?
It's like HFIS.
Series, okay.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
You know, it's a consultant.
HFIS.
HFIS.
Yes.
Consultant, few series, is it not? Or you can use a function called sequence. Isn't it? So the same way in Python, you also need to also understand that we also have also some functions. Okay. So for example, I can have range 10. What is this one telling you?
Between 0 and
0 to 10.
Between 0
Now,
to 10.
another thing you must understand that what you count as 1, 2, 3, 4 to 10, Python will count it as what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to what? 9. Which means if I want to get 1 to 10, what will I do?
0 to 11.
So I will now say range what?
0 to 11.
Or I will say 1 to 11.
1 to
That's 2 to 10.
1 to 11. But you know what? What I want to do, I want to bring it out as 1 to 10. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This one means 1 to 11. This one means 1 to what?
11. 1 to
If
10.
you show 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
If you
1
show
to
It's
1
not
to
2
10.
to 10.
Yes, 1 to 10.
But is it
What
not
do I
2 to
do?
10?
You said what?
Is it not 2 to 10?
No, it will start from the original one as 0.
So it means you're defining the
Okay.
range there.
Yes. This one I'm defining it here. Okay. So what that means that what can I do? If I want to bring it out like this, then what is this?
A list.
A list. So I will not call it list what? Range what?
Range
1 to
1
what?
to
1 to
11.
11.
Wow.
That is why if you go and call list as a variable, you cannot run this kind of commands. It will be giving you error. So that is why there are some already reserved names in Python, like list. Don't ever use a list as a variable. Otherwise, you'll not be able to run this command like this. So the same way, if I have lists 1 to what?
What is it?
So pray that your system will not
Magic will
crash.
happen now.
Pray that your system will not crash. Ah,
Error.
what did you say? Memory what? Error. That means this headache you are giving me
It's too
is
much.
too much to bear. But can you see that when you see star, like star means what?
Be careful.
It's loading. I'm done already now. Can you see that?
So what is limits now?
The limit for range. I don't know, unless I check that. I'll just type in 0 arbitrary. This one, how many is this one? This is what?
Looks like 100
10
million.
million.
Or something.
This
Is
is
it
1, 2, 3. Is it not?
100 million? Yeah.
That was
100 million.
100 million.
Mm.
So this 100 billion, can this one enter Excel? Can you try this in Excel?
No.
So that 100 billion is contained in what? A. Can you see it now? So where the data now becomes very large. In fact, there are some times when you are building machine learning models. You see why it's loading? It will load for 2 days or 3 days. It will be loading. Can you see that? So if I type A now, what will be inside A?
1 to
My 100, my up to my 100 million.
99 something.
The 1 to 99.
99.
Exactly. Can you see give it ... means to be continued.
Continuation.
In there.
Means what?
To continue till it gets to the last.
Okay.
But can you give a command like A plus something? Can this A do something? Can you have a full command with this A that is 1 to 100 million?
For example, now, let's not look for trouble yet. Let's not look for trouble yet. But yes, what we can do it what they call a loop. Yeah. I'll say for I, but I don't want to scare you guys for now. Yeah. But you can do a for loop. Yeah. I can now say print, let's say, I want to now square each value inside. That means I will go to each one from 1, square it, 2, square it, 3, square it to all the others. So it will now run everything down. Can you see that? So once
and I is defined.
Yeah?
I will be defined.
Yeah, please, I don't know. We'll come to this one.
I know, I'm just asking.
I is
the number
yes,
range.
I is like each number inside. Each number can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4.
Okay.
Whatever you have the answer, square it.
Just square it.
Up to 100 billion. Yes. Up to 100 million. Can you do this in Excel?
No. For the number. No.
Can you do this in Excel? Up to 100 billion.
No.
And square
a very
it.
strong formula.
And square it. How will even take 100 billion? How will Excel take 100 billion? How will Excel take?
I have a question.
Yes, go
Dr.
ahead.
Francis. Okay, so I tried to do a range of 1 to 150 to just see all the values, but the output does not return number 150. Is it that it doesn't call the last?
You have to call it a list.
Okay.
Right? Remember that
151.
when you are working with Python, Python uses an index, but it uses index 0. You as a human being, you are counting 1, 2, 3. And can you see that's finished now? So if you go back to the first one, right? If you go to this first one, square of 1 is what?
1.
Square of 2 is what?
4.
Square of 3 is what?
9.
Square of 4 is what?
16.
So up to 100
25.
billion. That is what has happened. Up to 100 billion.
Oh, wow.
That's what you are seeing. Okay, so that is why you use Python for what? Big data. Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That was anything that enter Excel is small data. Anything that enter inside Excel is what? Small what? Data.
So please, can you take this print again?
Take what?
The print again.
No, don't worry about this one. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we'll come to it much later. Don't worry about it. Let's just take it step by step. All right. So are we clear up to this point now? Are we clear up to this point?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good. Hey, this guy is still loading. In case you don't want to run it quickly, just put hashtag there so that it doesn't run. It doesn't load.
Comment on it.
Gerald.
That's commenting on it.
Yeah, just comment on it so that it will not run. In fact, there are some that when we get to while it can keep running forever. It will just be running. So that's how sometimes you can test. If you want to test how fast the system is, there are some syntax you just run. The thing can just go mad and just
Yeah,
knock.
they keep on, but you can use them. There's a function to stop it now.
Yes,
you just choose the range.
Yes, you can actually stop it. Okay. All right. Are we clear with this so far?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, good. So we have seen numbers, we have seen string. You know, to understand what a variable is, isn't it? Now we looked at data structure, we have looked at a list. Okay. Let me show you another one. Let's say, for example, the example can we use? Okay, let's see. If you have something like, okay, let's say fruits is equals to, let's say apple, orange, yes.
Banana.
Mangoes.
Banana, okay. So let's use these three. So this is fruit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, sometimes when you see this is star, what you can also do, you can come here. Can you see stop?
Yeah.
I can't see the stop.
Look at it now.
Stop.
Can you see play?
Stop sign.
Can you see play? Can you see stop?
Okay.
Or if you come to this kernel, right, you can say shut down or interrupt.
Okay.
All right, so that's fine. So if I say fruits, it's still loading something. That's why interrupting. That one stop. All right, so fruits. So you say fruit is not defined. So let me run that and run that. All right, so can you see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is the data type now?
List.
This
It's
one.
a list.
This is a list. Beautiful. Assuming now I
Yes.
now say, okay, this fruit now, let me now say fruit one. Fruit one.
Orange.
Let me call it what?
Okay.
Orange. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Fruit two. Let me call it what?
It's not arranged.
Banana.
Okay, let me
Apple.
arrange it. Let me arrange this way.
The way it is up there,
So let
apple,
me say apple. Let me call
Apple.
this one orange,
Orange.
right? Then let's say fruit 3.
Banana.
Fruit 3. Isn't it? Now watch the difference. What's the difference between this one and this?
Yeah, fruit. So you're defining fruits in between.
Yes, this one just
Different
have
list.
Yeah, this one just have
This
values,
one.
but this one have a key and value.
Yes.
This is like a
Yes.
key and value.
And
A key and value. That is whatever this is the meaning of it,
Yes.
or what is assigned to it. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now this fruit is now called what? It's called what? A dictionary. It's called what? A dictionary.
Dictionary.
It's called a dictionary. Can you
Does
see
it not
that?
replace your initial list?
Is that?
Does it not replace the initial list? They have the same
No.
fruits.
No.
Now this one is just having the only values, only the values. This one is having the key. This is called a key, and this is what? A value.
Values.
It's just like, for example, okay, I don't want when we start building something very long. Okay?
Dr. Francis, or can you just type fruits now? Let's see what will come out and run
If I
it.
type fruits now, this is what will come out.
Okay, to come out with, okay.
To give it key and value. But if I call this one, let me remove this one. Let me say this one is fruits. So let me run this one as fruits. This is fruits.
That's what I was asking. Yes.
Can you see that? So fruit 1, fruit 2, fruit 3, fruit 4, fruit whatever. Okay. So this is called what? A dictionary. It's called what? A dictionary. Okay. Which means I can store several things inside it. And again, even in the dictionary, I can also have a list inside the dictionary. So you can get as complicated as you want. Okay. So it's just like saying, let's say fruit. Let me say fruit 1 is equal to, can you see that? Now a dictionary has what? Can you see the brackets? Coiling word brackets. But a list has what? This is your compound bracket, square brackets. So that's how you know the difference. Okay. So if I say here fruit 1, so inside fruit 1 I can have what? A list. Can you see that? I can have maybe apple, I can have mango, right? Mango, I can have what? Okay, I can have what?
Grape.
Orange. Is it not? That's fruit 1. Then I can have fruit 2.
Can it have orange inside that is defined by fruit 2?
Yes, I have an error.
Don't worry. So what's the error now? So fruit 2 now,
Okay,
I can have what? Guava, right? I can have what? Orange again, isn't it?
Grape.
I can have what again? Grape. Well, let's run and check. Now let's look at it. What's the problem?
We have fruit 1. I was about to ask.
No, it's not fruit 1, fruit 1.
Orange. What about the orange?
What's the problem here?
You said fruit 1 is equal to fruit 1.
Fruit 1
Did I give a
again.
list?
You have orange in fruit 1 and fruit 2. Does that matter?
You can take anything. A variable can take anything. But what's the error here?
Yeah, but should we have fruit 1 and fruit 1 inside fruit 1 again?
You have a definition for fruit 1 already.
This is a variable. This is the content.
Yes, and you put another variable inside it again.
So that doesn't matter. So what's the problem here?
Fruit 2 is not defined.
What is fruit 2?
That's guava, orange, and grape.
You don't use equal to define it. You use this column.
Oh.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Even can you see it's even pointed to you where the problem is?
I have an error.
Yeah, what is the error?
My own, the syntax, the invalid syntax thing, the arrow is pointing to the column I used. I don't know why.
It's pointed to where?
The column.
Once you see, let me tell you, once you see the error, it says invalid syntax. That means you don't understand the grammar you are doing. Go back to the data, the way you are typing it. Does it follow the typical structure? Okay, so look at this. Look at this. The moment I have typed 1, anything I'm typing inside, because it's a string, I'll put an inverted comma. You see that? Semicolon. This is the key. Because it's a string and not inverted comma. Once I am done with that, put a comma there. The next one, the same format, comma. The next one, the same format, comma, then close. If you open, you must close. The same thing happens here for your fruit with the list. If I call this one, this is a string. This is what? A list. Comma, this is the end of it. This is the next one. This is the fruit. This is the list. And that's the end of it. Okay. All right, share your screen. Let me see what the problem is.
I also have another error. Mine is very weird.
Whoever is sharing will share now. The more errors you have, you should be happy.
Yes, because
Are you sharing?
Be happy that you have an error.
I fixed my error. I fixed my error.
Thank you very much. For you to fix your error, what has happened that you have learned something?
The bracket I used was wrong.
Thank you very much. It's good. That means you have learned something now. Because the moment I'm typing, you are typing, you're not getting error.
Right.
The more errors you have, that's when I know you are learning. But sometimes when you get error that you look everywhere, you don't see that on your own. But the more errors you have is when you are debugging. That is when you are learning.
Dr.
If
Francis.
I type, you are typing, you are just becoming a typist.
Dr. Francis.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, sorry to pull us back. When we did that list, when we list that range from 1 to 100 million,
yes,
that made the anaconda bite my laptop. The whole system is just frozen.
That's your first bite.
It's just frozen, and I had to go
just close it. Just close it.
The mouse is not even moving. Except maybe
the mouse is not moving. But I told you guys that do not try it.
You've been constricted.
I told you don't try it. Anyway, but the key takeaway from this is that when you are moving into data science now, you will now see that what you have been using as your normal laptop will no longer be a tool again. You now have to invest in a laptop.
Really? If I calculator.
You now have to actually.
What's the recommended?
Yeah, how many deep RAM is your laptop, if I may ask, Dr. Francis?
Yeah. What's the recommended?
Dr. Francis' laptop is now on me to use this Alienware.
Okay.
So what you just make sure at least you have minimum of like maybe 16 gig RAM.
Okay.
Like what?
16 gig RAM.
16 gig RAM. Wow.
That one will help. Yeah.
That is a machine.
You have 160.
My laptop has seen
my system is 12 gig RAM.
So like for those who are going into like deep learning, those ones you need from like 32.
Oh boy.
Dr. Francis, can you share your screen again? I want to so that I can do my command.
Yeah, you want to be a typist.
I'm having an error, so I want to look at it again. Let me know. Okay.
You have to try and see how to debug it yourself. When you debug yourself, it means you are learning how it works. All right, so far what we have done. So if in case you want to save your work, can you see here, for example, I have on title. Can you see on title?
Yes. Yes.
Just double click on it and just type, let's say, Python basics. Can you see that? I'll say rename. That's it. Or alternatively, if I don't do that, if I say Python basics rename, if it does say already exists, can you see that?
Yeah.
You will notice it saves it as
Yes.
what? IPYNB.
NB.
If you see .py, this is Python. This py, anytime you see py means what? Python. Okay. NB means what?
Notebook.
Notebook. So if I see PYNB, what does that mean?
Python notebook.
Python notebook. If I now see I means what?
Internet.
Internet.
Okay.
So that is IPYNB. Okay. So if I see IPYNB, that means it's telling you what? Web-based. So that's how you save, or you come here to file. Can you see save? Save as. Then you save as. Or can you see download as? Can you see .py? Can you see that? Or PYNB, okay? So you just want save. Save as whatever name you want there.
Also, Dr. Francis, in the video that you shared to install Python,
Yes.
we saw as an example the guy that saved his own he saved this with I think save and checkpoint or so.
Where? Here.
Yeah, save and checkpoint.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can do your normal controls, but when you want to label your system, where you want to ensure you have a particular name, maybe let's say Python basics, right? You can just label because of the space there. That's why I didn't take it before. But if I just type it as Python basics, take it there. Python basics. Save it there. All right, guys. I think I have to run now.
No, sorry, Francis, what does it say?
What we see the file?
What does it say? Exactly.
If you had opened your desktop, that time when I say go to your desktop, if you click desktop, you check it is on desktop. But
if you didn't click,
if you did click desktop, that means this is your original folder where you install your Anaconda.
Okay.
That's your root. So normally that's why if I say open the file, just go to where you have can you see that? Can you see this root like this? It will save it somewhere here. But if I have clicked desktop, it will save it on my desktop. It will save it on my desktop. Okay, so that's just basically it. Anyway, guys, I have to run now. So we shall see next week. Please try and practice this.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr.
For those who have not installed, please try and install it.
Thank you, Dr. Francis.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Make sure you practice. So
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Have a great week
Bye,
ahead.
everyone.
Yeah.
all right, take care. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye.